Hi, I'm Jessie from the Lisa Abbott team. This is part 1 of my 5 tips for purchasing a home. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 things that you need to consider when purchasing a home in Oshawa or Durham region. For part 1, I'm going to focus on things that can burn you when you go to resell your home again in the future. And I'll let you know more about part 2 at the end. If you're planning on buying a home in the next 6 to 12 months, you'll definitely want to watch this video. But before I jump into it, if you like this type of content and would like to see more videos about buying or selling a home in Oshawa, Durham region or surrounding areas, then please like and subscribe to our channel. What you're seeing in the real estate market right now is a great example of why you should always consider resale when looking to purchase a home. Even if you think it's a long-term home or your forever home, situations arise and things can change quickly. Now I know it's easy to get caught up in the fear of missing out, especially when there are a low number of homes to choose from and you're competing with 5, 10, 20 other people in bidding wars on the same house. But you have to remember that the real estate market will change. And if and when you do have to sell your home, the market may not be the same as when you bought. And right now you're seeing people get burned or having a more difficult time with resale of their home because they maybe didn't consider resale as much as they should have or overlooked things when they made that purchase. Most of this is applicable to other markets, but I will be mentioning tips and tricks that are specific to my service area of Oshawa and Durham region. Just as a disclaimer, these things I'm about to mention do not mean that you shouldn't purchase a home with these characteristics, or that your current home won't sell if it has these characteristics. You just need to take these things into consideration when you go to resell in the future because it will likely affect marketability and pricing. First on the list is something that's often overlooked, and that is buying a house that has a limited buyer pool and really only works for a specific person or family and will not appeal to most of the buyers shopping in that area, price range, or home type. For example, a home with 2 bedrooms or less, or a 3-story townhome. A home with 2 bedrooms or less is likely only going to work for a single person or a couple that don't have kids. Any family that has kids or is planning to have kids will likely not consider it as an option. And 3-story townhomes, for example, have lots of stairs in them. They're often sold as luxury townhomes with high-end finishes, like many of the ones in Whitby, which can sell upwards of the price of detached in Oshawa. Or they can have really difficult layouts like some of the ones in Ajax, which have no bathroom on the main floor and only have 2 bedrooms upstairs. They also have no backyard and only a small balcony for outdoor space, which houses the air conditioning unit, which is definitely not going to be for everybody. Number 2 on the list is about usable space inside the home. Now, if the home has been professionally staged, this will require you to look past the staging. Are all of the bedrooms usable as bedrooms? Or is it a home that's listed as 4 bedrooms, but really only has 3 usable bedrooms as bedrooms, and the 4th bedroom would really be more suitable to be an office or a den? This doesn't mean that you don't buy the home, this just means that you probably shouldn't be paying the same amount as a 4-bedroom that's usable as a 4-bedroom. Really good stagers are incredible at making awkward spaces look beautiful. But in reality, once the stager's furniture is out of there, that room may not function how you thought it would. Number 3 is usable space again, but this time on the outside of the home. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the beautiful home with a big yard on a corner lot, but how usable is that space? Is it on a large lot that has a great size backyard? Or is the majority of the lawn and space located on the front and side of the home? And is it split up further by a sidewalk running through it? Builders can often sell these corner lots as premium lots because of how large they are. But if all of the space is on the side and front of the house, it still leaves you with a small backyard and a lot of unusable space that still requires lawn maintenance. And it will likely not get the same premium when you resell it as it did when they bought it from the builder. Number 4 on the list is location. When the market is crazy like it was in late 2021 and early 2022, buyers are more forgiving and tend to overlook things like location. Now, I'm not talking about the perceived desirable and undesirable areas in neighborhoods and cities, because those are always going to be sticking points. What I am talking about is being located on a busy road or backing onto a busy road or intersection, backing onto hydro towers, close proximity to the dump, right near train tracks, or being located under a flight path like near the Oshawa airport. In a different market, these are all things that will make a home more difficult to sell. And more often than not, if buyers have a lot more choice, they'll opt not to have to deal with any of these issues. Number 5 is don't get caught up in the finishes. I know that a gorgeous kitchen and high-end finishes can really impress a buyer.
Wow.
I mean, we can all have a little bit of shiny object syndrome sometimes, but it is so important to take a look at what the home has to offer beyond just the finishes, especially when we're talking about resale. For example, a newer, beautifully finished high-end townhome with no room to improve versus a home that maybe doesn't have everything new, maybe shows like a 7 or an 8, but is a fully functional detached home. The detached home will likely appreciate more over time, and you can always do upgrades as you go or with the intention of reselling later, but you cannot add more space to a townhome. That's all for part 1, short and sweet today. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end of the video. For part 2, I'm going to give you 5 more tips for buying a home in Oshawa and Durham region that are less focused on resale and more focused on functionality and how your family would use a space on a daily basis. I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe to see part 2. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.